Okay, we're live. We're getting ready to drop here. We're going to be Clan Widowmaker versus Smoke Adders, 373. This is Poopenshire. I'm here with Paradox 42. We're both from Atari Scorpions. Paradox, our first drop here is going to be Canyon Network. It's going to be 4 lights, 4 mediums, no strikes, skirmish mode. Do you want to kind of go over a little bit what we're trying to expect here and kind of options we can see in this map before we get going?
Yeah, we can have a quick look. As Canyon Network has a lot of high and low ground, we should expect a lot of mechs with jump jets. Jump jets. Usually, it develops real quick into some kind of brawl. On the light side, the usual suspects should be fire starters, Arctic cheetahs. Oxides are very popular right now, as much as the Jenna 2Cs. What do you expect to see on the medium side, Poop?
For medium sides, I kind of expect to see the same thing. We're going to expect to see Griffins, Novas. Some teams will actually bring Storm Crows, but they're going to do that where they're going to do a start location that they can get up high really easy and quick. The main idea here is if you're going to take a high position, you got to do it quickly. So it's either based off your start position or off bringing mechs that have a good jump jet allocation. So looking at the drops we've got here, so this is skirmish. So you can see on the screen in front of you, we've got Canyon Network. You're going to see a good bit here that the teams that are going for Theta will usually try to drop on the southern side of the map. Teams that are going to go for high poking positions will try to be towards the northern side. Southern side, you'll see, tends to have a little bit more easily ramp access to get up high. The top side has a little bit more coverage. And teams that are going to brawl typically will try to move into the Charlie 4, Charlie 3 pretty quickly. They'll try to take tenant center control, and that way you have a good visual of what's going on around them.
Yeah, recently we have seen a couple of hunchbacks in this kind of drop as well, regular hunchbacks as much as hunchback 2Cs. I'm curious if these two teams are going to have some in their lineups as well.
I'd expect the same thing. So we got lobby invites going out shortly. We've got people getting ready here. So hopefully this will be a pretty quick match. So if you want to go a little bit over what you'd expect in terms of builds, I can have the guys get you an invite quickly as well.
That would be great.
Okay, we're still getting in the lobby, everybody. We're getting ready, but we'll kind of go over a little bit here once again what we expect to see. So there's your quick reference. Kind of remember here that we've got 4 lights, 4 mediums, no strikes allowed.
So usually we should expect to see some light action early on from both teams. They are both going to try to scout the other team out, figure out where their position is. The first contact will usually happen around Charlie 3, Charlie 4 Theta area in the middle of the map. And from there we will see how the teams approach each other. If both are running with some kind of brawl deck, we'll usually have the action going on exactly around Theta, depending on which team pushes on the other one first. It would be kind of interesting to see a more long-range deck on this map with some more Overwatch, but considering how light this drop 1 is with all the lights and mediums and the very, very good mobility on these fast mechs, it would be a big surprise, to be honest.
Okay, we've got to give. So coming up on your screen now, you're going to see Clan Widowmaker team roster. You're going to see Clan Widowmaker is a little bit of an older team. They date to pre-MechWarrior Online. The team actually dates back to MechWarrior 2, NetMech, and such. They've actually been around quite a while, pretty well experienced. Our next team you're going to see the roster for is Clan Smoke Adders. Smoke Adders is actually a combination of what you consider the traditional Smoke Adders with a 373. Very rather large roster. So if you can't see the whole roster, it's a little bit cut off there. Head to the MRBC site and take a look. You can see the roster in full. But very large team, very experienced team, and I'm expecting them to come into this with a lot of players that you might recognize from dropping with. Lobby is still getting set up, so we're hoping to get going here pretty quickly. As soon as we are, we'll let you know. And hopefully this will be a really quick match.
Are you in the lobby already?
I'm in the
Openshire?
lobby. I'm just waiting for them to get you a friend invite.
I got one lately. I accepted it. Let's see if they can get me an invite as well. As soon as we are both in, we expect the drop to start very soon, and when this happens, we will report to you live from the drop. Oh, there is the invite for me. I'm accepting it right now. Thank you for the invite.
Okay, Paradox is joining. The rest of the teams are joining up. We're getting ready to drop now. Teams are getting in their lances and getting organized. We'll hopefully have a quick launch here as soon as we're ready. I know a lot of you are out there. This is going to be a little bit of a delay. I know you're asking for us to stream the Antares House of Lords match. Unfortunately, we can't do that, but we are going to bring you the first of our North American matches today. This is Smoke Adder versus Clan Widowmaker. This is a MRBC Division D. This is going to be the second matchup in this division that's been available. The first one was 228 versus Praetorian Legion. That match was a 3-2 match in favor of 228. It was a very close match. Both teams fought it out pretty well, and we're hopefully going to see the same thing between these two teams. We know that Smoke Adders is a very aggressive team. They like to brawl. Clan Widowmaker, very aggressive team as well. We've seen a lot of them in public drops. A lot of medium rage, some brawling, and even some poking. So with Canyon Network, it's going to lend itself to medium range and brawling very well. Unfortunately, it's not really a long range map, although it can be with the right build outs. But we're expecting the teams probably to go mid range and brawly for most of what they're seeing.
But for sure, we are going to see some more long-range maps today as well. If you want to, ladies and gentlemen, we can go real quick about the maps that we are expecting to see today. Drop 1 is held, as we already stated, on Canyon Network, which usually develops into short-range fight. Drop 2 will be kind of a brawl probably as well, even if some teams might go for a more mid-range deck here. It's going to happen on Viridian Bog, which we all know very well, usually very jump jet heavy as well, especially due to the environment. But when we move on to drop 3, the first conquest drop in the MRBC map setup, we are going to head to Tourmaline Desert, which in a lot of cases, especially when we are going for caps this time, might develop in some kind of long-range, mid to long-range fight. Drop 4 is going to happen on Frozen City Night, which very likely is going to be more brawly again, while drop 5 will be on Caustic Valley. We are looking forward to that. As far as I can see now, both teams are all green. It seems like we are ready to go on both sides.
Yep, the teams are ready to go. They're in their lances. We've got Team 1, which will be Clan Widowmaker, will be starting in Alpha and Bravo lances. We've got Team 2, which is the Smoke Adders, will be starting in Alpha and Bravo lances as well. We are connecting, and the lobby is going live. Okay, we are starting a Canyon Network, and you'll be able to see the overlay you see in the center of the map there. You'll see what we can traditionally call Theta, which is where during Conquest, where the center capture point is. You'll see the teams getting ready to start as we go through here. We've got Team 1, Two-Tone in a Stormcrow, Titanus in a Jenner. We've got Score Scream in a Nova, Comrade in a Kintaro, 18, Speedy Mechanic in a Jenner, Sparky in a Griffin, Life Ferret in an Arctic Cheetah, K. Crichton in a Jenner 2C. We've got Ayala Sakura in an Arctic Cheetah, McGraw in a Jenner 2C, Android 5000 in a Griffin, Ada O in a Nova Prime. We've got Black Belt Jones in a Blackjack. We've got Lukoy in a Jenner. We've got Mad Cat in an Enforcer 4R and Nailstrom in a Jenner Oxide. Let's get in a little closer and see what's going on. All right. All right. Looks like we got the first team over here. Looks like we've got the Smoke Adders are heading over to the right side of the map. They are looking like they're moving in force. We've got a lot of jump jet mechs, except for obviously those Oxides. You see the Oxides are kind of hanging back. They've got to climb that wall the traditional method. And we see sort of a split push going on here. At least the mechs are split up for the Clan Widowmaker. So let's see what kind of happens. Clan Widowmaker's got Theta. They're holding Theta. Looks like they are now searching to see where Smoke Adders are hiding out at. And in the meantime, Smoke Adders, the Enforcer 4R there. Mad Cat getting some pokes in the on the team as they go across. It looks like the lights are trying to keep ahead of the mediums there for Clan Widowmaker. What do you see from your side, Paradox?
I'm not quite sure. I'm a bit surprised. If we go to Team 1, I was surprised to see Streak SRMs on the Kintaro, for example, on Comrade.
I got
And
Speedy
on
Mechanic in
Sparking.
his Oxide SRM4s. Triton SRM4s in his Jenner 2C. Small Pulses in an Arctic Cheetah for Life Rit. Titanus is SRM6s. He's a Splat Jenner. Comrade, you're right. Streak 2s and medium lasers. This is going to be for an interesting match. A lot of close range attacks expecting to come here quickly. It looks like the teams are starting to come together here. We're getting actually near where the teams would have spawned originally. It looks like we're going to start getting into a brawl here.
Exactly, but we have large and medium lasers on Madcat, for example. And overall a more medium range deck on Team 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it looks like the trading is going on so far, but Two-Tone in the Stormcrow seems to be taking the most damage. He seems to be getting focused. He's at 50%, and he's down. First damage goes down. We've got Two-Tone in the Stormcrow out. Teams seem to be focusing here, moving forward.
And 3 kills already.
Yep, we have 3 kills.
Oh, 3.
Seems Clan Widowmaker is getting hit here pretty hard in the brawl. Smoke Adders are taking it to him pretty tight.
They've lost only 1 mech so far, and they are still looking very good. 4-1 already. They are wrecking their enemy right now.
You can see the large amount of UAVs going up. The people want to know where the mechs are, where they're going, what they're doing. So you see a lot of mechs fighting here pretty tight.
Mackerel hunting down the Jenna.
So it looks like Smoke Adders have lost 3 mechs so far. This is going pretty tight here. We have Clan Widowmaker down to their last mech, a Jenner Oxide. Let's see what happens, and it's down.
He is down as well.
That was a very, very tight brawl. Yep, 3-8. There was a lot of short-range mechs, a lot of SRMs, a lot of medium lasers. Saw a good bit of standard large lasers and large pulses going on there. Let's go to the stats so we can take a look here. That Smoke Adders, a lot of heavy work here, but it was spread out very well amongst the different mechs. You've got your Jenner Oxide with 2 kills. You've got your Enforcer 4R. Clan Widowmaker, you see a little bit more damage in your Jenners here. So they definitely did a good bit of damage with their lights, but it looks like their mediums were focused down pretty quickly and taken out of the match.
Obviously, they died very, very fast. You can see it very well in the damage numbers. The Stormcrow only with 36 damage. The Kantaro and Griffin only with 73 and 79, which is especially on the Griffin a surprise, because that means he shouldn't have got out more than 2 alphas of his short-range missiles, maybe 3, depending on how well he hit. That's not a lot. So let's move on and see how the next drop is going.
Okay, I'm going to bring up the map then so everybody can see it. So what you're going to see here is the next map on the screen.
So we are moving on now to the next drop, which will happen on Viridian Bog. A lot of people should know this map very well. I don't know if it's one of the more favorite ones of a lot of people or not. I personally like it in a way because I'm a light pilot, and so it offers a lot of possibilities to myself. But I know, especially from pilots who tend to pilot mechs without jump jets, that they have trouble navigating on this map. If we are having a quick look at the drop, we can see what mechs we can expect right now. As we have in drop 2, where do we have it? I have to take a quick look myself. There's my quick reference. Here we go. We have 2 lights, 4 mediums, and 2 heavies. Still no strikes in this drop. So it's still kind of a light drop, but with the 2 heavies involved, it should be a bit more interesting in terms of damage and a much tougher fight. Especially the lights are very, very important in this drop. With only 2 lights, you have 2 potential scouts in your drop deck, and especially on a map like Viridian Bog, the intel you can get on your enemy can be very, very important. Both teams should try to figure out what kind of drop deck they see on the other side at the other team, so they are well prepared for what is heading into their direction. The teams are getting ready again. On Clan WidowMaker, we have all 8 players still present. Smoke adders as well. The smoke adders seem to be all ready. Just the captain is getting ready again. And Clan Widowmaker seems to be fine too. They're preparing right now.
Yep, so hopefully we'll see how things go. Hopefully we'll get a match similar to last time. We'll get some quick action, get some heavy fighting, and we'll see what goes on. All right, so teams are still getting ready. We're not quite set yet, but hopefully here shortly. Okay, and the teams are getting ready to
Even
drop.
if Clan Widowmaker had not a great start. Yeah. Here we go. Leifert is stating already that they are going to launch. And even if Clan Widowmaker had not exactly a perfect start, the first drop doesn't tell us too much about which might be the stronger team today. Especially in the first drop, a lot of crazy things can happen, and even the stronger team can easily lose this drop with a bad step on the start. So let's get ourselves surprised what to expect on Viridian Bog from both teams now.
Okay, we're going in drop. Teams are starting to drop now. They're getting ready. Mechs are firing up, and see how it goes. So, Team 1, we've got Clan Widowmaker again. We've got Stormcrow, a Blackjack 1X, a Timberwolf S, a Jenner Oxide, Stormcrow Prime, a Thunderbolt 5SS, a Nova S, and a Jenner 2C. And on the Smoke Adder side, we've got Enforcer 4R, a Jaegermech Double D. That looks like we've got some DACA coming. A Blackjack 1, an Evan Jaguar Prime, a Griffin 2N, Jenner 2C, a Jenner Oxide, and a Blackjack 1X. So it looks like we got the teams starting to pull together already. We're going to have the teams Looks like they're trying to close ranks pretty quickly here already. We've got McGraw in the Jenner 2C moving forward, trying to scout. We've got Comrade in the Jenner 2C as well. Looks like we may have gotten a pickup on seismics. So we may have a brawl here rather quickly, sooner than we thought we would. And there goes a UAV.
There's already the first UAV up. The smoke adders seem to be ready to receive Clan WidowMaker. Right now they have a superior position as they are on the high ground, while Clan WidowMaker tries to approach from the low ground, from the river, and there starts the shooting already.
And we can see that the mechs have already got contact with each other. They're moving in really quickly, so I'm expecting these guys to try to close ranks. And
the Eben Jaguar has already taken a lot of damage of Lukoy Vanacek. He's at 78% right now, as well as the Griffin 2N, who received quite an amount of damage, but on the other side, Scorescream in his Nova down to 71%. There we are in the middle of the fight. The teams are rotating around each other, but right now nobody is down yet. But it shouldn't be long until we have the first casualty on one side.
And we got to watch out here. Blackjack 1, Black Belt Jones is at 53%. He might be one of the first to go down.
Is he able to rotate out? No, there he goes down. Black Belt Jones is the first casualty.
Conrad in the Jenner 2C, 40% in. He's down. We've got 1 to 1.
He's down as well. The JaegerMech already at 42. Toytone is tanking very well in his Stormcrow. He's down to 38, but shouldn't make it much longer.
JaegerMech is down. They must have been a side torso.
Down. But there goes Toytone down as well. Comrade Life Red down. 3 down on Clan WidowMaker. A slight advantage for the Smoke Adders right now, but their Griffin is badly damaged already. But it looks like that they can use the advantage. Yeah, 4 down, 5 down.
There goes Scorescream in the Nova S. He was taken out center torso.
And Tinnitus is following right away in his Stormcrow Prime. Only 2 left up, the Timber S and the Blackjack 1X. On the other side, still 6 mechs alive. The Timber is on the high ground.
Target destroyed.
In an Overwatch position, but he's the last one right now. There, he got a kill again and killed Arnold Android 5000 in his Griffin 2N. And taking the Enforcer under fire right now. But he is going to go down very soon. And there is McGrail 18 already closing in his Jenner 2C on him, firing a couple of SRMs at him. And the Timber is down to 34, 31%, 29. He's dropping down. I'm not sure that was a good idea.
Yeah, it looks like right now he's just trying to get away, but he is cord center torso and he goes down.
And there he goes.
He was cord center torso, cord right torso. There wasn't much he was going to do. Left side had already been taken out. There's not much more tanking you can do at that point. It's just about holding off the enemy mechs. That's all you can do.
And have you seen McGrail was in his Jenner 2C? He was almost dead. He was down to 23%, which is really impressive on a light like that.
McGraw coming in with 3 kills, 3 assists, 550 damage. Cybersphere really hitting it with the damage, 422 with that double D. You see a lot of damage, a lot of kills spread out there with the Smoke Jags. In terms of Clan Widowmaker, Timberwolf S was doing a lot of heavy carrying there. 1 kill, 2 assists, 615 damage. It looks like the Nova, Stormcrow, and your Blackjack, typically mechs you'd see do a lot of damage, didn't do that much damage. Your Thunderbolt 5SS, 2 kills, 243 damage. Looks like he was doing a lot of finishing off there, but you know that Blackjack 1X, Nova S, and Stormcrow, between the 3 of them, they didn't really do much more than 450 damage. You kind of expect a little more out of those type of mechs, but they were also some of the first ones that went down. Nice focus fire from Smoke Adders.
Very, very well. They knew exactly whom they wanted to focus down, and they executed their strategy perfectly.
So the next map we've got coming up is Tourmaline Desert. We've also got Drop 3. I'm going to bring up the quick reference guide so we can see what's going on. This is our first Conquest map, and this is also the Drop Commander map. The mandatory 1 Victor being the mandatory mech that goes on here. You also have no strikes this map as well. But like I said, this is a change in the rules this year, so we do have a Conquest from here on out. So this isn't just kills going on here. This is conquest, so they'll have to watch those caps. And we've already seen a couple matches in the last couple days be decided by those caps. In fact, a couple of matches that looked like losses for one team turned into a win simply by paying attention to the caps and getting those caps going.
Just a little information for our spectators, as we are streaming with a delay to make to give no team an advantage from spectating the stream. We pick up your comments a little bit late and can answer only with a delay. I like to thank you, Dave McKenna, for his comment. If I can send you to sleep with my voice, you're very welcome. But I'm very sorry I can't sing you a lullaby. Next time, maybe I am going to think about it. But usually I sing only to my daughter. Yeah, well, we don't get easily mad, we Germans. Don't worry, Poop.
So the screen in your map now, we're going to show you Tourmaline Desert. Like I said, this is Conquest, so you're going to see how the teams start up here. You're going to see Theta is in the center, Echo 5. You're going to see the Team 2 is going to start with Gamma out in Charlie 8. You're going to see Team 1 is going to start with Sigma in Golf 3. You're going to see that Theta is about where everyone would expect it to be, which is about the center of the map. That's also what people call the Stargate. You're going to see that typically in that Delta 5, Delta 6 is what they call the stage. You're going to see a lot of teams typically try to hold that. They'll try to cap Theta first. Sometimes that same team, if they're dropping an Alpha Lance, will head to Delta 5, head over to Delta 3, cap Epsilon. I'd expect Team 1 probably to head to Kappa, cap Kappa, then probably just set up a firing line in Golf 5, Fox 4, Fox 5 area. If they have to, if they want to drop an Alpha and Beta Lances, they can charge Theta and put up a real good brawl there over Theta, which is what we've seen sometimes. Kind of depends on what the teams want to do and how they want to push, but it's definitely two options that we could probably see both teams try to do here.
And I think it's very likely that if one team wants to win by caps, they are going to try to control 3 caps. Usually, that should be Theta and one additional cap like Epsi or Kappa. For Team 1, who starts on the Gamma side, the north side of the map, it could be Kappa or Epsi. Both can work quite well. On Team 2, the Sigma side, where we have the smoke adders, usually you should see them heading into the direction of Theta. They might try to get Theta, which is quite risky sometimes, because if you jump down there, especially in drop 3 where you don't have any lights, so you don't have super fast mechs, you have to send a medium there, you might get focused down very quickly and you lose a mech very early on, so it can be kind of a death trap. I'm really curious what kind of drop decks we are going to see, if they are going to be more mid-ranged, if one team is actually going to try to brawl, or if we are going to see a long-range fight here.
And it looks like the teams are getting set up in lobby, so we'll be dropping rather shortly into our next match. This, like I said, this will be the first time they'll have Conquest. There'll still be no strikes. And remember, this is a commander drop, so each team is required to have 1 victor. And there is a mech credit or MC bill bonus. Sorry, mech credit. It's a C bill bonus for killing the commander and staying alive on your team. So let's kind of see how they take this and how they move forward. Teams are setting up lances. Looks like Team 1, Clan Widowmaker, is taking. Oh, sorry, they're switching. So they are moving to Bravo and Charlie lances. Team 2 will probably change in response to that. We'll see. But right now, Team 2, which is Smoke Adders, is set up in Alpha and Bravo lances. So we'll kind of see what's happening with them and how they move forward.
Team 1 moves to Bravo and Charlie lances. They are looking more into the direction of Kappa, actually. The cap point in the south and Golf 7 on the map.
So here we see Team 2 is changing. Team 2 is now moved to Bravo and Charlie themselves, so they have adjusted in response to Team 1. So they have moved to Bravo and Charlie drop lances.
Pupenshai, where do you expect the fight to happen, as they both moved more to the south side of the map?
So I'm seeing a move away from Epsilon and closer to Kappa, but I also here expect at least one of the lances to try to push on Theta. Now what it means that they're going to push on Theta, but not from the same direction as we normally would expect. And we are dropping. Here we go. Drop 3 Tourmaline Desert Conquest mode. We'll see how they do and where they go from here. Players are dropping in their mix now. We'll hopefully get to see what's going on.
And on Team 1 we have Comrade in a Wolverine 6K, Tinnitus again in a Jägermech 6DD, Nemain in a Nova S, Toytone in a Stormcrow Prime, Speedy Mechanic in the Victor, Critten in a Timberwolf Prime, Lil Ferret in an Twin Jaguar, and Wilson in a Jägermech 6DD as well.
So I'm seeing a lot of large pulse. I'm seeing DACA. I'm seeing mediums. I'm seeing AC-20s here. McGraw small lasers in the Nova. So we're seeing short range. We are not seeing ER larges, which we see in some other teams.
And here we see the teams shooting each other already. Team 1 is heading straight to Kappa, while Team 2, the Smoke Adders, seem to want to cut them off.
They're definitely cutting them off from Theta, so even if they move to Kappa, they take Kappa, they're not going to get to Theta real quickly. They have effectively cut them off from getting back to Theta. It looks like they're going to push a brawl here. They may try to move into them. Yep, here they come. They're starting to move in.
They are heading straight at them. And let's have a quick look at their mechs. We have a Timberwolf, ETA is running it, Madcat in an Enforcer, McGrell 18 in Nova Prime, Cybersphere in a Jägermech 6DD as
Clan
well.
Widowmaker has just gotten Overwatch. They have gotten Overwatch, and let's see if they can take advantage of it. But I don't think those mechs have the range to hold off too much. And here they come. Smoke Adders are pushing.
They are pushing, but they are a bit far spread out for my taste. I'm not sure. And now that they are really in a close space, if Clan Widowmaker plays that very smart, they can focus down their first mech very easily. And ETA in his Timber is taking a lot of damage already. He's down.
And he's down.
There he goes.
We're seeing down. Speedy Mechanic in the Victor 9S, which is the commander mech. He seems to have the most damage. He's at 71%. And it looks like C. Crichton with the Timberwolf Prime. He has some Overwatch. He can see down in that valley. He can get shots if they come around that corner. It looks like they've got the cap on Kappa. Looks like right now they're trying to keep that cap. They are sitting right there. I don't see any flanking going on. It looks like the teams are kind of holding tight to each other. No one's making a move on Theta or Epsilon at this point. Looks like they're satisfied to keep that one cap edge so far.
They just keep trading.
They're trading and they're poking. It looks like the Smoke Adders have a limited lane of fire there, and it doesn't look like Clan Widowmaker is actually taking any advantage of the fact that they could spread out a little bit more. It seems like both teams... Oh, there we go. We've got the Clan Widowmaker is starting to move a little bit. We got your Jägermech Double D. Yep, and your Stormcrow Prime are starting to move. Smoke Adders are starting to move in response. They are moving visual left on the screen. It looks like they are going to try to make a little bit of movement. We've got Lukoy and his Ebon Jaguar Prime at 57%. He seems to be the...
pretty damaged.
Yes, he is. He's very damaged. Let's see if we can get in there and see what kind of damage he's got right now.
In the meantime,
his left arm is completely open. His right torso is open. He's got some center torso damage. His right arm is damaged. So let's kind of see what happens with him.
He rotates more into the back right now and takes more cover not to get damaged any further. On the other side, the Smoke Adders, they all have taken some damage. Toytone, Speedy Mechanic are damaged the worst in the Stormcrow and the Victor right now. The others still look pretty good, and they are rotating right now into Kappa.
It looks like they're going to take Kappa. It looks like they're going to try to cap Kappa as it is right now, try to get that back. And Two-Tone in the Stormcrow is moving away. He looks like he's trying to get some Overwatch here, just in case Smoke Adders try to push. And they've seen him. He's taken a good bit of damage. He is now at 61%. So they've seen him. They've got some fire on him.
And there goes Cybersphere down.
So right now we've got a 2-kill advantage to Clan Widowmaker.
3-kill advantage for Clan Widowmaker.
And 4.
No, it goes fast. No, it goes fast. Smoke Adders are pushing in even on the disadvantage, and Clan Widowmaker
They've got to take advantage
They
of
are
this.
killing
They've
them
got to focus that
fast
Nova
now.
down, then they've got to move to the Victor. They are. It seems they got an opportunity here to wipe them out pretty quickly if they do it. They've got to push in. You got your Jägermech double Ds. They're on the outside shooting in. They can put out some
The
heavy
Nova is
and the
down,
Nova's
the
down.
Blackjack is down, only the Victor is left. The only good thing that happened here right now for the Smoke Adders is that they were able to take out Clan Widowmaker's Victor, which gives them some additional C-builds in this match.
It definitely looked like that limited firing position that Smoke Adders had was just hampered their effectiveness. Clan Widowmaker
Yes.
took the advantage here and moved out. They didn't have that single firing lane. They moved out, got a decent firing lane. And Clan Widowmaker, the double Ds, look at this, 709 damage, 517, 3 of the kills right there alone. And you look at Smoke Adders, fairly decent average damage spread, but here you got your Timberwolf C, only 76 damage. It really showed that moving out of position. You got your Stormcrow Prime here, two-tone, when he moved out there to get that firing position, 501 damage, 1 kill. It really had an effect. You can see that just sitting there in that single firing lane, they definitely took advantage of it.
Vita tried to push into Clan Widowmaker, and they punished him badly for it and took him down really, really fast when he moved up that hill. I think he didn't expect that. And the team was never able to get back from this early loss of one of their heavies.
So our next map is going to be Frozen City Night. This is a rather small map, known for its brawling. This is going to be a flank engagement. This is 2-2-2-2. You're going to expect to see 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, 2 assaults. So here you go. This is the map positioning that you see here. You're going to see this is a little bit different. You're going to see that the Theta is now actually not in between, not center of the map. It is offset to the right side of the map. You're going to see the Team 1 starting here. They're going to have Sigma. Team 2 will have Gamma. A lot of teams will move in to take Kappa. The other team will come in to move Epsilon. And from there, you'll see the different strategies different teams take.
It's going to be interesting. What happens a lot on this map is that the team on the Gamma side in the north is pushing Charlie 3 into Delta 3, Delta 4, but the team on the Sigma side might be able to set up a firing line to receive this push and punish the enemy for this kind of action. Frozen City Night is a very small map, so I wouldn't exactly expect one team to try to win this drop with a cap victory. I expect it to be a brawl again. Probably somewhere around the Charlie 3, Charlie 4 line, depending on which team is more aggressive. We might move more onto the Delta 3, Delta 4 side, or on the other hand, more into the Charlie 3, Charlie 4 side in front of the dropship. So let's have a look at the teams again. I think
they're getting in the lobby, they're getting
their
ready,
teams.
but they're not quite there yet. So we've got the teams are still setting up, so we can go over this a little bit.
They are still exchanging players or mechs right now. Smoke Adders seem to be set up pretty well already. Clan Widowmaker is still making a couple of changes.
So just to kind of remind you guys here, this is drop 4. This now is strikes. This is still a conquest map, but this is the map. This is the map here, the point in the game where we can actually see strikes. So drops 4 and 5, you will see strikes. So that's a slight change that's going on here from the previous 3 drops. So the hope here is you'll see a little bit of striking action, maybe a little bit of map control. You'll see the teams act a little bit differently, but for the most part, I'm expecting with this type of map and the way the teams have acted so far, I'm expecting an outright brawl. I'm expecting Smoke Adders to be aggressive, to get in the face of Clan Widowmaker and try to take the fight to them. They've shown so far that they have a penchant for doing, and they want to do it. They want to fight.
They definitely want to, and as we have seen on Viridian Block, both teams seem to be fairly aggressive when they get the chance to do it. And especially drop 4 is very, very interesting because we have the whole range of weight classes in this drop. We have 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, and 2 assault mechs. What you see a lot in this kind of drops, especially on this map, might be Atlases, Atli, because you are very likely to get into a brawl, and an Atlas with an AC-20 and 4 SRM-6 is very, very powerful in the brawl, and he's extremely tanky. He can turbo twist a lot, try to catch some of the damage with his arms to survive as long as possible and dish out a lot of damage in a very, very short time.
Okay, teams are getting ready. They're getting set, so we'll hopefully be in drop in a matter of minutes. They're getting their lances set aside. We've got Team 1 setting up an Alpha and Bravo lances. We've got Team 2 is actually doing a split here. You'll see Team 2, which is the Smoke Adders, they have mechs in Alpha and Bravo and Charlie so far. So it looks like they, at least until Team 1 gets set, we may see a shift again.
Oh no, they only seem to rearrange their players. They moved back to Alpha and Bravo. They are all set and ready. So we have both teams, each team in Alpha and Bravo right now, ready to launch.
Okay, so the teams, Team 1, Clan Widowmaker, Alpha Bravo Lance. Team 2, Smoke Adders, Alpha and Bravo Lance. So this is how we're going to go in. This is how we're going to come out. Let's hope for another good fight and good brawl.
I'm really curious right now if the Smoke Adders are going to be able to use their aggressiveness to their advantage again, as they have done in a couple of the drops before. In the last drop, it fell a little bit down onto their feet, but they should still be able to do a lot of damage here. So I expect this to be a very, very close match again.
So Team 1, we got a Jaeger Mech Double D, Banshee, 3M, Stormcrow Prime, Nova S, Jenner 2C, Arctic Cheetah, a Zeus 6S, and a Timberwolf C. And on Team 2, yes, a Zeus. You got a Zeus 6S. The other team, we've got a Jenner Oxide, a Black Knight, a Mauler 1R, Enforcer 4R, Arctic Cheetah, a Mauler 90X, an Ebon Jaguar, and a Nova Prime. Let's go into the mechs and see what we got. So our Double D is actually 3 Ultra 5s and 2 mediums. We've got Cheetah, obviously small pulses, large lasers in our Enforcer 4R. We've got ER smalls in our Nova Prime, so that's going to be for brawling. We've got our Ebon Jag as Ultra AC5s and ER smalls. That's a lot of ER smalls. We got the
Smoke Adders seem to set up to receive a push from Clan Widowmaker.
So Smoke Adders aren't pushing; they're setting up for a push. It looks like. Last two matches, they were the team that pushed first. Here they're setting up a firing line.
Right now, they seem to want to receive the push from Clan Widowmaker.
So Clan Widowmaker's got their Arctic Cheetah up in the front. He's got Seismics and Charlie 4. Let's see if he pops a UAV. He may be trying to see what's going on.
Already.
So here they go. They're scoping them out. They're seeing what's going on.
And there's the first airstrike coming in.
Yep, there's a strike to try to soften up the opposition. It looks like Widowmaker is trying to flank towards Epsilon a little bit. I'm seeing Smoke Adders are staying by the dropship up in the Charlie 3 zone. It does not look like they're going to bite and try to push down into them yet. Although they do have an Arctic Cheetah. That Arctic Cheetah is scoping out, seeing what's going on. And he is getting behind that Jaeger Mech Double D. That is an XL mech. He could have that mech down pretty quickly from behind if he gets to it.
He's getting a couple of good shots in there. And the Jaeger Mech is already down to 75%.
And he's cord center torso and cord rear torso, so he is open in the rear. He is going to go down. He has got his left torso wide open.
And
he's down.
There he goes.
That's the danger of that build. It is an XL build, and it will go down fast if you focus fire it.
But on the left side, Clan Widowmaker is pushing hard on the Mauler 1R.
And there is your Zeus. He is right there. That Banshee is down. Let's see what's going on in that Zeus. What kind of build is that Zeus? That Zeus is 3 large pulse 1 Gauss rifle. He's taking a good bit of damage, and they are trying to hit him hard. So we got a 2-to-1 kill advantage.
A lot of damage in his Stormcrow again. He's down to 62%. And right now it doesn't look like the Smoke Adders are really badly hurt besides the Ebon Jaguar. Lukoy Banachek is down to 57%, but he's taking cover behind the building right now.
Yes, he is. And Wilson in his Jenner 2C is at 42%. He's got to watch that. He is very low health. He could be taken out pretty quickly with a little bit of focus fire there.
Right now it looks like Smoke Adder is taking the advantage again.
They're
have
holding
a
their
couple of
positions.
mechs,
They're
which I
not
heard.
pushing it. They have the advantage, but they're not pushing it. Wilson is in
Oh,
a bad position.
Look where Wilson is. He should be dead any second.
There he goes. He is
There
down.
he goes. There are only two
So
mechs
McGraw is
flying.
out there.
One-
McGraw has just taken Nemain,
And-
and that was a 2-1. Now let's see if they can focus down that last mech. That's the Timberwolf
And
C. There it
Shipman
is.
the last, and there he goes as well. A very clear victory.
Now you
the
look
Smoke
at
Adders again.
Smoke Adders, but they had a couple mechs there. You know, that Mauler was 44%. Their Arctic Cheetah 43%. Let's kind of see how the damage worked out here. So for the Smoke Adders, they had 1 death to 8 kills. Actually, the damage is pretty well spread out there. You take a look at that. Yeah, you got your Evan Jag
Again.
415. It's a very nice even spread.
It seems like everybody's carrying their weight, and they are able to focus down their opponents very, very well, and they take down one by one of Team Clan WidowMaker. You can see it in the damage as well. Sparky in the Jägermag 60D got out only 80 damage. He was the first to go down for Clan WidowMaker, while Speedy Mechanic in the Arctic Cheetah was only able to deal 83 damage as well, because he died very, very early.
And our next map is going to be Caustic Valley, and this is going to be drop 5. So this is going to be 2 lights, 0 mediums, 2 heavies, 4 assaults. In Conquest mode, you are allowed 1 max chassis, 1 duplicate, and like before, you are allowed strikes. So let's kind of see what they go through here. So let me pop up the quick reference guide. You can see once again, like I said, this is a strike allowed. This is a Conquest map. This is a 2-0-2-4 match. And like I said, Caustic Valley and Conquest. So let me pop up the Caustic Valley map, and we can kind of see what's going on here.
And especially in Conquest, it's a very, very difficult map to play. If you have a quick look at the cap points, Team 1 is starting on the Gamma side in Delta 2, Echo 2, Fox 3, while Team 2 starts on the Sigma side in Charlie 6, Charlie 5, and where's the last spawn point? Echo 6. What is very, very important to know is for Team 1, it should be very difficult to get to Kappa, because the area from Delta 2 to Kappa, Delta 2, Charlie 2, Charlie 3, this is a very open area. If Team 2 on the Sigma side, in our case the Smoke Adders, are able to provide some overwatch on this side, it should be very hard for Team 1, for the Clan WidowMaker, to move towards Kappa. That's why we would expect them to orientate more into the direction of Epsilon and Theta. This should probably be their 3 main cap points they are looking for, if they are not heading right into a brawl.
So the thing you got to remember here is that when you're looking at the brawl over Theta, Theta is the hottest part of this map, and it is hotter than the outside. So if the teams go in there, you're going to see teams that bring energy boats are going to be at a disadvantage. So I'd expect DACA here. I'd expect SRMs, especially if they're going to push Theta. I expect the lights to be oxides, probably Jenner 2Cs with the SRM builds, but I would not expect to see large laser boats. This is definitely not an advantage to laser boats at Theta if they choose to go that route.
But we have seen teams on this map setting up to defend a certain position as well. That can easily happen too. They might set up more on the outside and trying to get control over a couple of cap points and focus down the enemy before they can close in on them.
And teams are starting to move into lobby already. We are getting ready. We may actually be in a drop quicker than I thought on this one. These teams seem to be shuffling around a little bit, but they're making less changes to their drop members than I would have expected. So it looks like we've got Clan WidowMaker getting set up now. They seem to be setting up an Alpha and Bravo Lances. Smoke Adders are setting up Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. Looks like they're going to wait to respond to see where the other team is set up first. They're going to put everybody in every lance they can and hope they have to make the least amount of changes later.
Smoke Eaters already have moved the Lancers, it looks like, to Bravo and Charlie.
So if they're moving Bravo and Charlie, is there a chance they move to Epsilon? Is that an opportunity here? Maybe they're going to give up Theta at the first, move to Epsilon and try to flank? Or do you think they move in the
But
opposite direction, move to Kappa and flank?
I don't think so. If they wanted to go to Kappa, they would have set up at least one lens in Alpha, which is way closer to Kappa than Bravo and Charlie. So I expect them to go more into the direction of Theta or Epsi. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a brawl right away and ignore the caps.
Okay. So what do you think the chances of push on Theta at this point? We don't know the mix they're in yet, but do you think there's an opportunity for a push on Theta?
I think so. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. If you look at the cap points, it's very easy for both teams to move into Theta right away. On the Team 2 side, it shouldn't be too hard to do it, and especially if you look at the spawn points for Team 2, the Charlie lens is going to spawn in Echo 6. That means they have a good line of sight to Team 1. Actually, they can almost see their spawn point in Charlie, and if Clan Widowmaker tries to move straight to Theta, they should be aware of that very, very early and be able to react to that. So they might move themselves into position if Widowmaker goes for Theta themselves, that they can push on them while they are on Theta and at a disadvantage because they are at the hottest point of the map. And if not, Smoke Adder can still push around Theta right into Clan Widowmaker.
So the only thing we haven't seen so far in all these drops is we haven't seen range. Now, I'd expected to have seen range on Tourmaline, but before Conquest, this map was very famous for a lot of teams doing range. They'd sit up on the Epsilon side, they'd sit back, ER larges, 2 or 3 of them, poke, 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 keep the team at bay. Now with this actually being Conquest, do you think we might see some long range here like we used to see in the past?
Obviously, but it seems like both teams like to get on with the fight right away. They don't like to wait out or trade too much. We saw a bit of this early on in the fight on Tourmaline when the Smoke Adders tried to push into Clan Widowmaker. By doing that, they basically handed the win to them as they moved right into their firing line.
Okay, the teams are still kind of getting ready here. They're in the lobby, but they're having a lobby issue, which PGI working as intended. But let's see what kind of happens here. So we'll kind of go over this a little bit more. So as we're going through here and we kind of see them going over this, I'm expecting then, depending on the drops in the mix, let's see if they go for Theta. The only thing I said before, the only thing we got to worry about is that they have to worry about overheating. If they get up into Theta and they're in Brawlers, I don't expect to see Novas. I don't expect to see Stormcrows, at least. If you do, I mean, they're going to have an issue of overheating right away. I know they're doing ER smalls versus ER small pulse or small pulse lasers. I would not expect them to probably take those type of mechs, but we have seen those almost every drop so far. So let's kind of see what's going on. Looks like we're still having some lobby issues, so teams are not quite ready. We've got almost everybody in. We're in all except for one last person, but the minute that person gets in, we'll drop live. In the meantime, let me bring back up the quick reference guide so we can see where we're at. So remember, drop 1 went to Smoke Adders. Drop 2, Smoke Adders. Drop 3 went to Clan Widowmaker. Drop 4 went to Smoke Adders. So here, Clan Widowmaker is looking to take drop 5 to bring it back in range, make it 3-2. The idea here is that it's not just winning that matters. It matters on kills. It matters on match points. So the idea here is that even if Smoke Adders have taken the win so far, they've got 3 out of the 5 matches. Clan Widowmaker is trying to earn C-bills, trying to make sure that their matches going forward, they still have a chance later in the season because who knows, man, 100,000 C-bills can mean a lot during the season as it goes along. We've seen entire leagues, entire divisions simply decided by as much as 50,000 C-bills. So these guys want to keep fighting, keep playing, keep killing. They want to get to the point where they're, still fighting the rest of the season out and still have a chance. So we've got the last players.
Yep,
go ahead.
Have you seen any surprises so far? I was a bit surprised by the Zeus actually to see it in the drop deck.
Yeah, I was surprised about the Zeus. I was kind of ignoring it at first, but Gauss, 3 large pulse. We see it all the time in clan mechs, but I was surprised to see it on a Zeus. We know it's a hot mech, but on that map, it is a cold map. People love it for it being a cold map. So that's kind of the things you don't expect, but that's why these teams are doing this. They're playing these different ways. They're doing different things to try to make a difference, and sometimes that does make a big difference. But in this instance, smoke adders pushed in, they brawled, they got tight. Gauss 3 large pulse in brawling.
It can be very powerful.
It can be very powerful, but it's also very hot. So in a brawl, it's not always going to be the best method to take. But here, they took a chance. It just didn't pay off this time. Who knows? Maybe next time it will pay off.
We will see. So everybody, what do you think? Are we going to see in the last drop? Do you expect any surprises? What would be your favorite drop deck? If you want to, please post it in the chat and share it with us.
Okay, looks like our boards are green. We should be dropping in a matter of seconds. Teams are ready. We've got Team 1, Clan Widowmaker, and Alpha and Bravo Lances. We've got Team 2, Smoke Adders, are in Bravo and Charlie Lances. So it looks like where we mentioned a little bit before they're here again, and it looks like we're all green. Hopefully we're dropping in a couple seconds if we don't have another lobby bug. And we are dropping.
And there we go.
Let's get in the mix as soon as we can, see what's going on. Caustic Valley, Conquest.
Are we going to see the first win by caps, or is this going to be a fast match again like the others we have seen before? Here we go.
Dropships are coming in. Two-Tone is in a Dire Wolf A, Ultra AC5 small lasers. We've got Lukoy is in a Eben Jaguar, same build as before, Ultra AC5 small lasers. We've got Mad Cat in a Jenner, Oxide. Looks like we're seeing some very similar mechs that we saw last time.
And on the other side we have Scorescream in an Arctic Cheetah.
I see Speedy Mechanic is in a DDC. Wilson is in a Direwolf Prime.
Oh, and very interesting.
Yes, we have Smoke Adders is moving on Epsilon. They've got their 2 lights. They are capping Epsilon currently. And it looks like the rest of the team is getting posted up on Theta.
They're moving to Theta. And Clan Widowmaker is still sitting in the back.
This is interesting. Let me go see what I can get for Clan Widowmaker for their mech. They are sitting back. Looks like they are going range, even though their mechs don't seem to be built for range.
They are slowly moving to Kappa. What I think is very interesting here on the Smoke Adders is the Executioner. I like that choice a lot. It's a very, very fast assault mech. Equipped with mask, it can go up to 90 kph actually.
It looks like the Smoke Adders have not taken Theta. They are holding position next to it and moving along it, but they did not take Theta. Widowmaker is moving to Kappa as a group, but it looks like this may be a cap off here. Everybody's looking to, I guess, kind of outflank the rest. Now, the lights, they are moving to Gamma slowly but surely. I guess they're taking the indirect path to make sure there's no one sitting at Gamma waiting for them. So 2 mechs are sitting on Kappa, taking it from Clan Widowmaker.
I think for the Smoke Adders that is the reason why they haven't moved into Theta yet, because their lights are capping right now. So they don't have too much intel on Clan Widowmaker. Well, Clan Widowmaker...
I don't know if Widowmaker sees it, but Smoke Adders are in a position they could flank rather quickly. They are in a position right now that if they just knew they were there, they could cross over and just crash right into them.
But both teams don't seem to do too much scouting right now.
No, you're right. And here we go. Clan Widowmaker is making a move on Theta. There go the lights. They are going into Theta. They have an Executioner and a Mauler that have sights on them. Probably have a quick fire on them if it need to be.
They're capping right now.
And here we go. Smoke adders are
reacting
moving in
right away.
response. Those two lights up. We've got 3 different lanes of fire on those 2 lights, and the lights are out of there. They are getting out already.
And they have to. Clan WidowMaker is spread out very far right now.
Clan WidowMaker is not in a position to return fire. Smoke adders, you see, they've got multiple lanes of fire. They're set up. They're in those little canyon areas, and they could fire easily. They are moving in
set up
too.
a nice firing line, and they're moving into the caldera right now to cap Theta and get advantage in terms of cap points.
I'm a little concerned about Clan Widowmaker. With that double D and that Timberwolf so far back, that's a lot of firepower that's sitting back right now. I mean, granted, they've got their King Crab, their Dire, their 2 Dyers, and their DEC up front, but that double D can put down a lot of fire if they needed it to.
It can, and both teams are trading a little bit already. The King Crab took a couple of shots. The Jenna
Score Scream looks to be out of
damage.
position. He didn't take any damage, but he was almost caught there. And UAVs are up. They know what's going on. They can see where everybody's at.
And Tinnitus is sitting in the back trying to get some fire in with his Jägermech, but he doesn't have a good position, while the Smoke Adders are pushing hard on the
Smoke
left
Adders are
side
pushing
of
hard on
Clan
Conrad,
Widow.
and that King Crab, he's at 48%, 46%.
He's going
He's
down, and there he goes. There he goes. That was a very good push by the Smoke Adders. They took advantage of their
McGraw is
better
flanking.
positioning.
McGraw's moving on that double D. McGraw in that Jenner could take out that double D pretty easily with a good flank. The Dire Wolves are sitting there in the back. It looks like Clan Widowmaker is trying to flank. They've left their Dire Wolves there kind of alone.
And now they are focusing down the Atlas, and there he goes down already.
Yep,
but
that
the
Dire Wolf
Mauler
out.
died.
Yep, the Dire Wolf A is next, and the double D probably after that. Clan
there goes the
Widowmaker
Dire
is
Wolf.
moving in, but they're kind of a little late to move in. They're already down mechs from that push.
Clan Widowmaker lost 3 of their 4 assaults already. And there goes the Jägermech. 4 down for Clan Widowmaker, 2 for the Smoke Adders. It looks very good for the Smoke Adders again.
Yep. So it looks like we've got an Arctic Cheetah, a Jenner 2C, and a Timberwolf Prime still up and running. Looks like for Smoke Adders, they've
5
got
down,
their Mauler.
6 down.
Yep.
Now it's just a question of seconds until the last Jenner goes down. There he goes, and the Arctic Cheetah is the last.
Yep.
Which
He's in the
gets
he's
focused
in the
down as
kill
well.
zone, right in between. There he goes.
He's right there, and there he goes. A clear victory for the Smoke Adders again, and with this last victory in the Caustic Valley, they win this match 4-1.
So let's take a look a bit at the team stats here. We've got Smoke Adders. You've got 499 damage, 437, 495, 403. Those assaults did some heavy work here. And then that double D, you got your Ebenjag 441, your Jenner 299. That's a lot of heavy work.
Executioner
Yep.
at 297 as well, and even the Jenner 2C, which McGraw, which
User joined
flanked a
your
lot and
channel.
moved a lot, he still is at 176 damage and got his very own kill.
Yep. So let's get this out. Let's get out of the game here quick, and let's just kind of update where we're at for the match. So right now we've got 4 matches to Smoke Adders, to 1 for Clan Widowmaker. So we saw a lot of brawling throughout pretty much all the maps. The last couple of maps there, we saw a lot more DACA, especially since Tourmaline. We know even with the cold map of Frozen City Night, we saw quite a bit of DACA, and that kind of carried over here to the last match.
Yeah, and Smoke Adders showed from the first match on they like to play very aggressive. They like to go in right away into the enemy team. The only time it didn't pay off for them was on the Tourmaline drop, where they got focused down easily in this narrow corridor as they tried to push uphill. But the other 4 drops they could clearly take the victory home in their very first MRBC match ever.
Yep, so let's give a round of applause to the teams. They did very well. They did a lot of fighting. In fact, some of these matches were pretty darn close and fun to watch. I know a lot of the people in the chat were loving to see an in-your-face fight, and both teams definitely delivered an in-your-face fight. It was kind of fun to watch and good to see teams, not sitting back being afraid. They were up there trying to show everybody what they can do.
Not at all, and I mean, especially before the season started, a lot of people were concerned about the Conquest game mode, but I think the teams showed us very well here that there's no reason to be worried. There's going to be a lot of action. And the teams like to take the fight to the enemy right now, and don't wait out on the enemy.
Yep, these teams definitely were in it for the fight, and it was good to watch. Good show. Just kind of want to remind everybody, if you haven't had a chance to, please follow the MRBC Twitch channel. You'll get alerts and updates when matches are live. We know everybody was hoping to see a different match, but unfortunately that one didn't get streamed. You got to see ours, which we hope was still fun for everybody to watch and see what was going on. I want to thank everybody for showing up and watching. In the meantime, there's more matches tonight. Expect to see Bandit and MDM Zero. They'll be shoutcasting the Antari Scorpions North America versus House of Lords North America. That match is 9 o'clock Eastern, so kind of be there and watch and be ready. In the meantime, thanks everybody for showing up and watching. If anything comes up, you want to see anything, please let us know. Let the people know. Head to the MRBC website. We're looking for more shoutcasters, people to assist, people to help out. In the meantime, thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for watching, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on our very first stream. Poop and Shy, it was
I wasn't
going to
say
stream
that.
this together with you. That was amazing. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, except I wasn't going to admit this
is
is our first time.
Lot to learn.
Never admit it's your first time.
I think we can admit that. That's not really a big deal. We can admit that. For me, it was a very first time ever. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm looking forward to more. We are going to try to cast as much as we can in between our own practice times and scrims and matches to deliver as much of MRBC to you guys out there as we can. So keep looking at the MRBC website when we are on again, and we will try to sing you a lullaby next time.
All right, thanks everybody. Have a good time. Thanks for watching and joining us.
Bye-bye.